If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell icon to get the latest updates.
Cloud-based CRM. Not exactly CRM, but rather a kind of ERP that you can manipulate. But we are calling it a CRM in specific because it has some specific functionalities. The core functionalities of it belong to CRM. Though we can manipulate it, though we can customize it as per our requirement, and we can make it a full-fledged ERP system. That is even possible. So when it comes to Salesforce, it's something which is present on cloud, and it is a CRM solution. So for those who are not familiar with cloud, we will be coming to that thing as well. So when we say on cloud, we mean that everything is present in a virtual space. It's not available on your desktop machines. Now this also means that you don't need to install anything at your end. This is a software as a service, which means that you're just logging into an online platform and that's it. You're done. You're through to the system. Right. So as anything which is a non-cloud solution, you don't need to worry about you don't need to worry about its installation, its maintenance. You don't need to worry about the infrastructure cost and anything. All you need to worry about is how your business should use it. That's only and only your prime concern. So that's why it is called a software as a service. Can you give me one example of software as a service? Anything that you're using in real life? Just to make the definition more clear, it's software as a service. And if you can tell me any straightforward example for software as a service. I'm sure that everyone has a Gmail account. If not Gmail, Yahoo, Ymail, anything, whatever you have. It's all software as a service. If you think on the same lines, you're logging into some URL. You're logging into some URL online. You go to a web browser. You need an internet connection. When you go there, you just enter your username and password. While you pass a username and password, it logs you into the platform, and you're ready to make use of it. So all these services that are available online, like Google Calendar, your Gmail account, these things are nothing but your software as a service. You're not installing anything. It has got nothing but just you need this internet connection, your browser, and you're able to log into this. The same kind of functionality, the same kind of flexibility is provided even by the Salesforce. When it comes to any cloud-based system, we can, although cloud has got various layers, but three primary layers that are there are IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. That is infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. So if there is anything regarding the physical assets and all, these are all the part of your infrastructure as a service. If you say anything related to environment, to create environment upon the things, that's when it comes to platform as a service. And if there is anything like applications and all, that is nothing but the software as a service. If I'm supposed to give you an analogy to work with this, you just think of a scenario of your laptop or a desktop. So all these hardware devices that you can touch by yourself, you can feel, all these are your hardware things. The memory in which it stays, the hard disk and all, these are all infrastructure. And that goes for the IaaS layer. Likewise, you do have environment. You may have a Windows environment, you may have a Linux or something that suits you. So when it is about the environment, it's nothing but a platform, right? And when you install any kind of software on top of it, like you may be making use of some Microsoft Excel, or you may be using Google Chrome or anything like that, that's nothing but software as a service. So this is an analogy. This is not what is meant by this. This is an analogy to understand what the things are about. Right. So Salesforce, when you say salesforce.com, it lies to Salesforce, to the software as a service, the SaaS layer of the cloud. And then because it is on cloud, it has got a lot of flexibility, because any kind of application when it is on cloud, it provides you flexibility in terms of its maintenance and the usability. Let us assume, for example, when you need a service with Salesforce, what you don't need to, as I told you, you don't need to install anything. You don't need to worry about it. But then how will you be using it? It works on the principle of pay-as-you-go model. So it says that the more you want to use, the more you should pay. Like I want to make use of the Salesforce service for 5 of my users who will be interacting with the Salesforce from any end. I need to have 5 different licenses. Tomorrow, if I want to scale up to 50, it's very easy for me. I just need to connect with the salesforce.com support. I'll be paying for the services and I'll be making use of the service. What's the advantage? Advantage is that the setup that is required, the setup is very costly. It needs you to incur a lot of money in that. And what Salesforce prevents you to do is do not spend that much money. What's the point in spending in money for something that is that you will not be using always, or which is not your primary thing? Like for example, I'll give you another example in this context. Let's think about a scenario that you don't have any car, let's assume. And there are a few relatives who are going to visit your place and they are very keen to visit the entire city where you're staying. Now, one option for you is you go ahead and you buy a car. You have got a lot of money, you go ahead and you buy a car. But then the second thing is that the car is not very useful thing for you. Reason being, neither you need to know how to drive, nor you know about the maintenance things and all. Neither you want to go into that stuff because it consumes a lot of time. And the rest of the things you're able to manage with your husband's car, or maybe with something like that, or maybe with the public transportation. So the point is that just for this particular need, you need to have a car. Now, what is this option with you? The option is you go ahead with the car rental company and you get a car for yourself. You go ahead and you say that I need a car for which accommodates 5 people. They may give you a big one, and you want it probably for a week or for a month or whatever it is. So you go ahead and you are making use of either a cab service provider or a car rental company. You're connecting with either one of these. So what is the point? You have, instead of spending lakhs of rupees in purchasing a car, you have managed only with 1% or 2% of the total amount. This purpose of yours is also served. You are having a driver along with you. He drives the car, he picks you and drops you at the location wherever you want. You are just paying for the service that you are using. At the end of the day, neither the maintenance nor anything is at your end. I mean, you need not worry about anything. Rest of the people are there to help you with, right? So that's what is about the Salesforce as well. It does not want you to take care of the things that you're not having expertise with. Whenever you're setting up a new business, you need money for a lot of other things. But then for setting this infrastructure and all, even though these are not your core competencies, will consume a lot of time and effort. And that is what Salesforce wants to reduce. So it says if you're a healthcare unit, if you're a retail giant, or if you're someone new in the industry, doesn't matter. We are there to take care of your things, and you just concentrate on your business. That's what is the core tagline of Salesforce, right? So that's how it helps us. That's what Salesforce as a cloud solution helps us. It says that you go on a pay-as-you-go model. It's everything on cloud. You can log in from anywhere and everywhere, and you don't need any kind of infrastructure. It's just the internet connection that you're required, and all the maintenance and everything will be my responsibility, right? So any questions so far, anyone? Any questions, any doubts? You can ping me or raise your hand. Okay, so hope the things are clear since we're not getting any questions here. So if now that we understand what cloud is, I mean, why we are saying why we are so much happy when it comes to Salesforce as a cloud solution, then what is there about CRM? What is a CRM? Now the CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management, as rightly said by one of our participants. But okay, so what is it actually required for? Why are we so much interested in this customer relationship management? As the name says, it's rightly about your business or your relationship with your customer. But why should we even care about it? Why is it so much important? So very simple thing is that until unless your customers are not happy, you are not going to do anything in your business. And let's assume even if your product is sold off for the first time and if your customer is not happy, it's for sure that next time they won't come back to you. Not only that, they will even have a bad word about your services and product. So you're not going to come back again. So neither those old customers nor the new ones. So that's why maintaining a good customer relationship management is so much important. Well, on the brighter side, if your customers are happy, not just they are going to come back, but again they're going to spread the good word about you. It's like one person telling next 10 and next 10 telling the next 10, and it will go in a factorial manner, and you have a lot of people added to your things. Let me give you another example in the same context. Let's talk about ZaranTech. You know, ZaranTech is a training provider. Now, if we are not providing good training to our students, neither they will come back nor they will ask anyone to come back to us, right? While if we'll provide them with the good training, what will happen? They will be happy, they'll go to the industry, they'll get a job, they'll be happy. Maybe next time onwards, while they're switching their careers, or maybe when they want to advance in their careers for some additional certifications and anything, they may come back to us, right? They may write testimonials. You can look out on the Facebook page, ZaranTech's testimonial page, or anywhere, wherever you want. The point is that a happy customer will always help you. And even more important fact is that 80% of the time you will be getting your business from the same client. 80% of the time. So that's what is the magic of CRM system, of a CRM system. It helps you maintain a very good reputation with your clients, with your customers, with your stakeholders who need to come back to you time and again to flourish your business, right? So that's what is about Salesforce. Any questions, anyone? Okay, so if there are no questions, let's proceed. So as we were talking about customer relationship management, it's a tool that allows to manage all your information about customers, partners, prospects in one place. Now, who are these customers? Those who have broader products. Who are these partners? Who help to fulfill a request through these partners. And then prospects, who are going to be our prospective business. Now, let me give you an example in this again. For example, let's assume Flipkart, right? So you are placing an order on Flipkart for some XYZ product. Now, while you place the order, you became a customer for it. Now, when this order is placed, you know that this Flipkart is a partial marketplace. So while you place an order, it's not there in with Flipkart. So what they're going to do is the order that you have placed will be fulfilled by someone else who is their partner. And fulfilling that order, the request will go to that particular distributor or wholesaler, whosoever he is. And when this product is delivered to your doorstep, this is done through e-cart logistics. Now, all these distributors, wholesalers, or this e-cart logistics, they are nothing but their partners because they are helping you to fulfill the request. And at the end, it's the prospect. Now, who is this prospect? This is the person who is interested in buying the product, who may be interested in buying the product in future. And that's when this prospecting come into picture, right? So that's what is about a CRM system. It is a business tool that help you manage the information about all these people at one place. Again, the same logic goes into the picture. It's your leads who will be turning as your prospect and finally as your customers. Because when you will follow up with these leads, that's only when they will turn up as your customer. If you won't know that what is the requirement of the market, you will never be able to understand how you can get people at your doorsteps, right? So that's what is about CRM. It manages all the modules. It takes care of your marketing, finance, customer services. It analyzes the trends. It helps you for implementation, finally comes up with sales, and you can manipulate each and everything. You can look at everything at one platform. That's when its CRM comes into picture, because it looks at each and every module. Everything is related to one another, and it will be taking care of everything out here. So to further move ahead, we will find that in Salesforce we have different areas to work with. Like there will be Sales Cloud, there will be Service Cloud, there will be Collaboration Cloud. There are much more rather than these. These are just broad things. So when you have to sell off your product, you'll be looking at the Sales Cloud. When it comes to after sales service, that's when it is coming to Service Cloud. And finally, when you have sold off your product and you are looking to collaborate with the others through some social networking sites or platforms, that's when the cloud comes into picture. So there are various tools. I mean, other than this also you do have tools. So this is just a broad manipulation. So then why Salesforce? Why should we go to Salesforce? There's so many other things in the market. Why should we only be concerned about Salesforce? Because Salesforce right now, it's the #1 CRM solution in the market. It's a cloud-based CRM solution based out of San Francisco. It's a #1 leader in the market space for the CRM, and it is so much popular due to its faster time to market. You will be very happy to know that a Salesforce project ideally ends within a time span of 5 to 6 months maximum. Right? 5 to 6 months is a long project in Salesforce. I mean, you will be having, most of the projects that you'll find in Salesforce, they work on agile model. And every time, and there are 3 releases every year. 3 releases a year. I mean, 3 updates a year. Summer, winter, spring. With every update, there will be new features that will be introduced into the Salesforce. And this also means that if you're working on an agile model and if the client requirement changes, there may be some new tools that may be getting added to the system that you can make use of. And on the top of it, why should you be interested? Because it is having a very huge demand for professionals. Why so? Because Salesforce as a company, it's pretty new. It started somewhere around 2000. And when it started, since then, it is rapidly growing. It's rapidly growing. And with every year, as I told you that there are 3 releases a year, there are a lot of changes that comes in. And there's no one who can say that I know everything in Salesforce. So there is always a demand for the professionals who are interested in various sectors, and they can go ahead and take forward the deals. Right. So what's the history of Salesforce? As I was telling you, it was founded somewhere around 2000. It was founded by Oracle executive Mark Benioff in the year 1999. And then a web-based service tool was launched. A full CRM suite was launched in 2001, and it had its profitable quarter, the first profitable quarter in 2003. And then they launched their IPO in 2004. They came up with App Exchange product, and since then there is no looking back. Sometime before, I think a couple of days before, I was reading a report that says that very soon the Salesforce is going to touch as a 100 billion company. Now you can think of this, that how important it is to be the part of this Salesforce fraternity. Let's move ahead in that context. So why do we need Salesforce? Why do we need Salesforce? So we now understand that it's an online tool. It's something which is on cloud tool, and it's a CRM system which can even be manipulated to a ERP system based on our customizations. Then, as I told you, we do have App Exchange. The App Exchange, what it does, it has a lot of tools available, some pre-built tools available online. So if you want to connect with anything, you don't need to build things from scratch many times. Many times. I'm not saying always, but many times. There are a lot of things that are already pre-built in Salesforce within the part of configuration. I'll even show you what's the interface of Salesforce. And not just that pre-built things are already there, but you can also go ahead and make use of some App Exchange product, and you can get your functionality within minutes. Since these things are already tested, this saves a lot of time from your side, and they're very powerful tools. Again, it implies also that it means that you'll be developing things far more faster than any other application. Now, let me tell you a very beautiful thing about Salesforce. In Salesforce, we have a new feature that's called Lightning Connect. Now this Lightning Connect, what it does, if so there was a question that was asked by someone that how can we connect with SAP, right? So this Lightning Connect even has the capability to connecting with SAP. There are some technical logics that goes in the backend that I will not explain for now, but what I want to tell you is that if you want to get the data from SAP system to Salesforce, I can do that within the next 5 minutes, provided you give me all the credentials. 5 minutes, and this is exactly, I mean, exact 5 minutes. Right? You can think how fast it is, how quick it is, how powerful it is. It has got a very fast application development and customization. It has got full range of tool which assist in developing customers' own application or customizing the core CRM platform. So there are certain things that are readily available in Salesforce. You don't need to do anything. You just need to feed in data and you'll be able to do it. Right? And if there is something which is custom thing, which is not available out of box, even for that you can go ahead, you can create thing, and that is where development comes into picture. So you go ahead, you create UI, you create backend logics, business logics and everything, and you're able to develop, you're able to come out with an application which is really fabulous. Right? So that's why we need Salesforce. Again, it's very innovative. It works on agile basis. You can focus on your business. There are automatic upgrades. Even if, as I told you, there are 3 releases every year, which means there are new updates coming in. Now, when there is a new update, it's not your headache to, go back and update it. It's not your task. Salesforce will automatically do this for you. And for this, again, you're not spending your time. You don't need to worry about all these things. You just concentrate on your business. That's what is the core USP of Salesforce. So you'll be getting authority over authentication to the data access. You can control anything and everything. You can control the UI. You can control the database access. The security that goes is up to the utmost standard. There is a multi-layered approach to the data security that is followed. Once you will be through the session, you will know about the basic concepts of it, that even if you want to share a record, you can share that through multiple means, and you can even restrict that through multiple means, right? So that's what is wonderful thing about Salesforce. So moving ahead, what we are concerned about? We are concerned about certification. Salesforce has got a wide range of certifications to offer. Like you do have Salesforce administrators, app builders, architects, developers, implementation experts, marketers, Paradot. I'll show you the Salesforce website where you can go in detail about all these certifications. But we are primarily interested in learning about administrators, app builder, or developer. These 3 certifications. Why only these 3? Because these 3 are the basic ones. Administrators, app builders, and developers. Not even developer thing, this comes after app builder, but yes, this is next step to it. If someone was certified in 401, that certification is going to be obsolete soon, and the people will have to migrate to this developer thing now, which is a platform developer certification. So for that reason, I have marked this as also important. So let me move ahead and show you things on that front. So why should we be concerned about Salesforce certification? You may say that I know Salesforce. Why should I be concerned about it? You need to be concerned about it because companies only hire the developers who are certified. I mean, it's not written anywhere. It's not mandatory. But while you go for any certification, out of 10 folks who are appearing for the interview, it's for sure at least 8 will have that certification. At least. This is what I'm saying, at least. Because you may have all 10 of them certified. And even if one of them is not certified, their resume is going to be rejected right away, no matter what it is written in the resume. If you are not certified, you won't get the job. I have seen folks who may say that I know this and that and so, and the company may say that you get yourself certified, thereafter we will hire you. So that's how Salesforce certification plays such an important role, and you need to be certified for landing a job in Salesforce. So to improve customer quality and data management and service and support, to aid in acquiring new customers, to increase the efficiency of marketing campaigns, to reduce the cost associated with sales, service, and marketing, to increase the customer satisfaction, retention, loyalty, to provide mobility of the business and profit margins. Now, while you go with the certification, these are some of the advantages that comes into picture. So while let's say, for example, you're working for a service-based company, and you are taking the project from some product-based company, who what they need. So let's assume that they are some e-commerce company, and they want their CRM platform to be designed in Salesforce. So this is how the scenario is. But then this can only happen if you, as a user, you can convince them with the best of the tools that are available in Salesforce. Moreover, there is something called body shopping. So even for body shopping, companies need certified individuals so that they can tell their users, let's say we have got these certified people with us who have so much knowledge about the things, who know the platform so well, and the things like that. I mean, they can handle your system just like that. They are also aware about all the processes that exist within the system, and they can help you with each and every problem that you have. Again, that helps to, once you're certified, of course, then you have wider knowledge base, and then you know that what is it that is right way of doing a thing. So there may be multiple ways of doing the same thing. For example, if I need to send out an email in Salesforce, there are 3-4 different mechanisms of sending out an email. But what's a correct mechanism? What is the one which is absolutely right way of doing things? That is also very important when it comes to a cloud-based application. Because since it is on cloud, it has got a limited application, it has got a limited strength or capability. So to make the best out of those available capabilities is the core demand from the Salesforce end. So that's why being certified is so much important. Again, what is the benefit for you? You will have in-depth knowledge of the field. You will have experience of the real-life situations. You will know how to efficiently do something. It will develop your analytical skills. You will know how to optimize something. See, again, optimization is very important in any cloud-based application. Let me tell you why. Even though Salesforce is a very powerful platform, it is based on cloud. It is definitely based on some infrastructure. Let us assume that the infrastructure is very high-end. But since the infrastructure is very high-end, it involved a lot of cost in that. So what happens actually, that any of these cloud-based solutions that we talk about, these are all of them, including Salesforce, they're actually multi-tenant systems. I'm writing this word. This is multi-tenant. This is a very important term actually. Multi-tenant. Multi, and then the second term is tenant. Both these words are combined. I have written them separately just because I want you to understand that multi means many and tenant means those who reside on it. So even if I have got a high-end infrastructure available with me, it won't be dedicated to only one company at a time. So it will be dedicated to several organizations. It will be logically divided between several organizations. So you may be using this area, I may be using this area, your friend may be using this area, your other friend may be using this area, and so on. So point is that on one server, there are multiple organizations that are residing. And of course, the resources are limited. If I have 50 GB of memory, it's only 50 GB. At the end of the day, if all these 10 organizations want 25 GB of memory, I cannot provide it because the capabilities are limited. Again, when it comes to multi-tenant architecture in Salesforce, the same things are applicable. A multi-tenant architecture, even though it is very powerful, it is designed on a very high platform, it has got this limitation that it cannot go beyond a limit. So while you are certified, you will be able to understand that how you can optimize the implementation of Salesforce so as to make sure that you are not overusing any resource, because Salesforce has by default placed some limitation on it that is called governor limits, right? So they say that you cannot send 1,000 emails per day per user license that is given to your org. So it means that even though you have to send 5,000 emails, you cannot do that because it is a limitation with Salesforce. But there are other ways of also doing it. You can go with some app exchange product, you can design some service, some web service, something. So you should know what is the best way of doing a thing, and that is very important. And this thing you can only learn well if you are certified. What is mandatory for Salesforce job position? As I told you, out of 10, 9 will be certified, and you need to get yourself certified if you want to land into a job. So there is a hand raised. Just a second. Yes, we have unmuted you. Please go ahead.
I have a question. You just mentioned that there are thousands of ways for the optimization. So how will be learning that during the course? Those certification,
I'll
are
be
the certification covers those or
throughout the course, so while we will be learning something, I'll be telling you that this is the best way of doing it. I mean, this is a bad way of doing it. You should not do like this and that. So with every topic, I mean, for example, you're writing test class. So with test classes, there are certain set of rules that you need to follow. If you're writing a trigger, you need to follow rules with that. So the best way of doing it, we will be telling you that these are the best practices. Now, all these best practices will be applicable on case-to-case basis.
so are we covering those during the classes or there will be material on that? Because when we'll be creating projects and all those, you will be watching it, right? So how will know that what the tools or the coding we have done is right appropriate?
So whatever I will be telling you, so first thing is, yes, we'll be covering in the course. We'll be covering with every topic what is the best practice associated with them. Plus, not just that, I'll be also giving you some of the reference materials that are available online specifically for those topics. Right? Because even if you search online, you will find thousands of pages of resources scattered over in there. But what is important for you for that particular topic, that you won't be able to understand. So I'll be giving you some specific links, some specific documented links from Salesforce that you can look out for in case of need. That will stay with you forever. Is this thing clear so far?
Yes.
All right. Thank you. So, yes, so that is how it is. You need to follow the best practices. You need to make sure that you're doing it in the best possible way. Business values according to employers. As I told you, it's all about body shopping, and it's also important for everyone to be certified so that you know the platform end to end. That's very important. And then salary benefits is of course there. You can always negotiate. You're so and so certified, and so you want to get this much salary. So that also helps. So different roles that you can land in once you're done with the Salesforce certification. You can be an administrator, developer, app builder, architect, marketer, Paradot, implementation expert. But the basic levels, as I told you, is the administrator and developer or app builder. These three ones are the basics. These ones you can only proceed once you have landed into a job, and as per your job profile, you can go ahead and you can get yourself certified for these. But the basic ones are these: administrator, developer, and app builder. So let's try to understand about this again. So who is a developer? Who is supposed to be a developer? So anyone who is building the application on Post.com platform with in-depth understanding of Salesforce and its limitations. Again, the word, as I told you, it's limitations. The limitations, it's in context of these governor limits that I was telling you about. That since it is an on-cloud application, it has got some limitations. So if you are a Salesforce developer, you need to know how to do these things and what are these limitations and how to overcome this. So even though there are limitations, there are solutions to overcome that. And that's what you need to take care of. Then what is your task as a developer? You need to develop some Apex classes. You may need to develop some triggers. You may need to write some controllers. You need to write Visualforce, scheduling Apex, patch Apex, and things like that. You can do all these as a part of developer. Being a developer, this is something that is actually expected out of you. And being a developer for sure means that you're going to code. So coding, the customization of the things, that comes into picture when it is about developer. So what are the responsibilities? So as a developer, you're supposed to create any functionality and application logic that includes out of writing Apex code. So as I was telling you, you are expected to write these Apex code because these are not available as an out-of-box application. So if it is not available out of box, you will have to go ahead and code for it. This will be the part of your enhanced integration. Salesforce APIs you do need to make use of to make your system more and more efficient. There is a question from Anu. Yes, Anu, you're unmuted.
Yeah. Do I need to know, for admin, do I need to know how to develop the application also, or just I just need to know admin task only? If I need a certification.
For certification, no, it is not required. For certification, this is not required, but yes, even if you don't know about this, you will be certified. That's for sure. But again, there's a but. Why there's a but? Because while you are admin certified, later on in your career, you will be moving as a business analyst or as a consultant or whatever is the role or designation in your organization. Now, while you are moving ahead, you need to understand the client's requirement. At the same time, you also need to map it with that of the Salesforce. So even if you are not coding, you need to know what are the capabilities and limitations of Salesforce, even in terms of coding. If something is feasible, how can you do it or how you can't do it, right? So that's why you need to know about even a development thing. Even though you are an administrator, you may not code. I mean, it's not important to code, but it's very important to understand that this is what is doable. Because even if being an administrator later on in your career, you would like to move ahead. And that's when these things will be required. You're getting my point?
I got it. Yeah. So you basically need to have thorough understanding of programming also.
Correct.
So you can understand whether these features can be implemented or not.
Exactly. You need to know what is doable, how it is doable, and if not doable, what could be the alternative.
How long did it take you to learn this Salesforce yourself to be an expert?
To an expert, see, expert thing will not come to you until unless you have not worked on it. But yes, being a intermediate thing.
You seem like an expert.
Sorry, can you please come again? Your voice is breaking.
I said you seem like an expert. You know it so thoroughly. I can see that the way you talk. It seems like you have a very thorough understanding of Salesforce. Very good understanding of Salesforce.
Yeah, I agree to that. I do have a thorough understanding of Salesforce, but I want you to, I mean, for anyone who is not aware of Salesforce at all, it will, to reach up to an intermediate level, end of the training, I can assure you that you will be up to the intermediate level. But beyond that, it will be all up to you. The time that you are spending with the system, the time that you are learning through the system, you're using all your understanding to create the business processes or think about a situation, how you can do this or how you can't do this. That will help only once you are in some real-time project. So achieving that expert level will only help once you are in a project. But yes, up to the intermediate level of understanding, I can take you through that level by the end of the training, provided you do all my assignments.
Okay. The problem is programming is like, I don't like programming. I learned programming, I never liked it.
That's fine. I mean, I told you don't need to learn programming. You need to just understand this is how it is done, or this is how it is not done, or this what is the limitation, or this could be a possible solution at least. Even if you know this, you're good in a position to tell your juniors that this is what you need to do. Right? So even if you can tell your development team that this is probably the way of doing it, they can go ahead and explore. But you should at least be aware of the system so that they cannot come back and tell you that, okay, this is not doable at all. Right? So that's what it is. Okay, there is one more hand raised, it seems. Yes, Rashminder, please go ahead.
So Pragati, I understand that one needs to have knowledge of Salesforce developer as well as admin, right? So
Correct.
just a question for this particular course, how much percentage do you think you're dedicating to the developer role and how much to the admin one?
Um, See, in percentage terms, it goes something in the ratio of 45 to 55. There is no clear ratio as such because there are certain points in the syllabus. I mean, because see, let me start from the beginning. So the point is that syllabus that we have designed, it goes as per the certification that covers both admin plus development. So you'll be learning about both admin plus development during the entire course. Second thing, now certification wise, you're done with both admin and development. But while you go back to the industry, you work as in some of the project. It's not just these certification that is going to help you. It's something more than that, and even that is also included in syllabus, right? So there are certain common things that are there that constitute about 30% of the syllabus, which is common for both. Post that, some 20% more you can take for admin and the rest for the development. That's how it goes.
Okay, so are we saying that 45% is for admin and the rest for the developer?
I told you there's no clear distinction because see, 30% is common. It's present in admin plus in development both. Post that, there are certain topics that are specific to admin syllabus. Rest, certain topics are specific to development syllabus.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Fine. Yeah. Thanks.
Right. No problem. So yeah, so let's go ahead. So yes, there is a question that will we be covering both admin and development? Yes, we will be covering both admin and development. Okay, so if you're a developer, you're also supposed to test. So testing of your own code is also the part of your plate. So you'll have to test everything. You'll have to write test cases. You'll have to work with them. And then you'll have to also, you may have to go through the documentation thing. Now, this depends on organization to organization. The documentation may be the part of your plate. It may not be the part of your plate. It depends. Yes, we have unmuted you. Please go ahead.
Which I have is that you are talking about testing. What about the deployment and migration of the code from one environment to another environment?
See, deployment and migration, I'll be telling you about two ways of doing this. One will be through ChainSet, another one through the Eclipse. But there are other ways also. Like some organization, they do it through Ant deployment. Some others may do it through Jenkins deployment. Some others may use Git. So it depends what your organization is using. Here during the session, we'll be learning about two ways, ChainSet and Eclipse. And you can use it anywhere. And when it comes to who will be doing this, either developer or administrator, this also depends on your organization. Do you need to learn this? I mean, both admin and developer need to know this, how to do this. But then who will be doing it, that is dependent on your organization.
That's right, Pragati, but you will be teaching how in the course that how that migration will happen and we'll be manually,
Correct.
we'll be doing that, right?
Yeah, we'll be doing that.
From the staging environment, we'll be moving the code to the production environment, right?
See, production environment is something which is licensed, right? So license means it consumes a lot of lot of cost from your end. So we will not be using production environment. Rather, what we'll be doing is I'll be telling you how to do it from one environment to another, and both will be your test environments. And the way you do it right here, that will remain exactly same.
Okay.
Okay, that's how it is. So salary trend, that's the most important part. That's why we are here. Salary of an average Salesforce developer varies from this 50,000K till 180K, depends on your level of expertise, experience, and certifications that you hold. And also in which part of the globe you are. That's also very important. This is specific with respect to US. On an average, you can earn around $1 lakh per annum. Again, for the administration, who are these administrators? Administrators are all those folks who do not need to code. The very important thing is, though you need to know the system, you need not code if you're an administrator. There is a question. The question is, do I need programming background to be a Salesforce developer? See, programming background is not required, but of course, since you want to be a developer, you will have to put in some extra hours of effort when it comes to a developer. It's very important. For you to be a developer, developers are paid more than administrators is the first thing that I want to tell you. It's very important. If you're a developer, you will have to learn coding. Even if you do not have any background, you can learn coding, that's for sure. It's not difficult, it's not impossible thing. Because the course that we take you through the basic things, we tell you about data type, we tell you how to take it forward and how you work with this and all these things. But yes, you will have to put in some extra effort from your side. And also, developers are always paid more than administrators. There's a question, is it object-oriented? Yes, it is object-oriented. In fact, if you know Java or .NET, you will feel it very simple to use. Apex thing, you will find you are writing the same code that you wrote in Java or .NET. 90% of the symbols or the context and the things that will remain similar. So there's a question, is the Java knowledge prerequisite? No, not at all. I told you that if you know that, it will be helpful. You will feel that you're coding the same way, but it is not required at all. It is not a prerequisite, and it is not even Java. That's again, I'm telling you. It's the syntax and semantics that are almost similar, but not exactly similar. So you need not learn Java. But if you have any pre-knowledge of this, you have worked on it somewhere, that's a wonderful thing. That's a good for you. You will be able to understand the things quickly. The Apex part at least will be more and more clear to you if you know Java. Okay. So for the administrator, you need to know the platform, but you don't need to code. You will be involved in various activities like deployment, implementation, application management, security things. You will be learning about data management, taking things from one system to another, from one environment to other, marketing and call center. So these things will be the part of your bucket if you are an administrator. So being an administrator, your responsibilities will be managing fields and all. Fields, page layout, assignment rules, maintenance of the system. So if there is anything that is changing, you need to make sure that other things are also changing. User maintenance. Who should be given access to what? Who should be able to see what? Who should not be able to see something? That also is a part of user management. Reports and dashboard. That also will be part of your bucket. Any cleaning up of data. Any removal of duplicate things and all, that will be the part of your bucket, because being an administrator, you're supposed to do anything and everything that do not need you to code. Then further moving ahead, the salary. Even their salary is not less, but yes, with respect to Salesforce developer, the same level of experience, they will be earning a little lesser than them. So an average $78,000 per year.
Thank you for attending the session. I hope you all enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Also, feel free to ask your questions in the comment section below, and we will reply to them at the earliest.